guys, I am not doing good, okay? But guess what? Life literally sucks. Finals are beating my ass, and nothing else in my life wants to go right for more than 4 seconds at a time. So I'm gonna do the only thing that I know how to do to make myself feel better. My makeup, okay? And I'm also gonna tell you guys a story while I do my... I'm also gonna tell you guys a story while I do my makeup, okay? Let's do that, all right? It's finals week for me right now. I'm really out here struggling because it's finals. I think we are all struggling right now. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be. On top of that, I just am a clown. I'm a dumb bitch. Like, I don't know. I've already, like, I've made that very quite clear to everybody already, but I am stupid. I am an idiot. I cannot believe. Can you believe? Because I cannot believe. That's not the point. I'm just gonna hop right into this story. This story takes place my junior year going into senior year. It was during summer. And I was talking to this guy named Corbin. That's nowhere near his name. I was talking to this guy named Corbin. And Corbin, like, him and I knew we were never gonna be like anything serious. I mean, I really wanted to be something serious with him, but like I just knew the type of guy he was, and I have really bad taste in men. They all treat me bad. I always give too much. I'm projecting a little. But yeah, so I was talking to this guy named Corbin, and I knew that he was like not a good guy. Like, I knew he was kind of an asshole. Like, just everybody kind of knew that. Like, he like didn't really care about human beings, like, at all. Like, at all. So me and Corbin are talking, right? And he starts posting some stuff on his Snapchat story, like with like a bunch of money and like just people's bank accounts that are literally like filled with money. And if you know anything about what I'm talking about, then you already know like where this story is going, because I'm stupid. Did you just hear that person's alarm? Every single day, they have the same alarm go off. And the first time it goes off, like, they have it go off a couple of times, but the first time it goes off, it literally goes off for like 10 minutes straight. Like, I honestly genuinely think about going over there every morning and like knocking on their door and being like, do you not hear that? But then, like, would they even hear me knocking on the door? I genuinely haven't worn makeup in like a week, so if this doesn't turn out good, like, I'm sorry. I don't really know what to tell myself. I'm just was bored and needed to hear myself talk, because that's the only way I don't go insane. Or me writing is the only way that I won't, like, think myself into oblivion. Okay, so me and Corbin are talking or whatever, and this man starts posting on his story like a bunch of money and stuff, like, and bank accounts that are like, that have a lot of money, and he's like, swipe up if you want to make some money, blah, 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 blah. And of course, at first, I don't swipe up. Well, what do you mean, of course? Actually, normal people would slide up right away. But, or maybe they wouldn't, because they know what it is. And I'm just an idiot. So, I don't slide up on his story, because I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And so we're FaceTiming one night, and he said something about it. He said something about all the money he was making and stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I saw that on your story. Like, how are you doing that? You know what I mean? I should have just minded my own business. I shouldn't have asked. I didn't even really care. Like, I didn't like him that much. So what was I asking for? I don't care. That was so rude. But, like, I didn't care. He brings it up or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, how are you making all that money and stuff? You know what I mean? Because anybody would want to know. Because I want to make some money too. Because, mind you, he's posting like $10,000 on his story, like $15,000 on his story. And I'm like, how are you doing this? And so I wanted to know. So I was like, yeah, how are you doing this? mind you, I'm in a situation where, like, I'm trying to get money fast because I had just gotten in a car accident, the car accident where I ripped all my eyelashes out, and like all the damage and everything came out to like $2,000 or $3,000 or something like that. I don't have $2,000 or $3,000 just laying around. So I'm thinking, okay, I need some cash. I'm about to get some. So I'm like, what is it? Like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And he's basically like, my cousin works at a credit union, and all you have to do is give me your, all you have to do is give me your debit card and your PIN and like something else, and like I'll get you all that money. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, that sounds illegal. Cause it is. Like, it is. Don't do that. Like, don't give out your PIN. Don't give your card to anybody. Like, everybody knows that. Like, I don't need to say that, but just in case, like, for no reason, like, don't give them anything. But I am stupid and didn't realize that, like, I shouldn't have done that. And all I'm thinking is, like, oh, I just need some quick cash. Like, I'm $3,000 in debt to my parents right now. Don't want to be $3,000 in debt to my parents right now because they paid for the car accident. And, like, they paid for my car to get repaired and stuff like that. And I was just going to pay them back, like, slowly and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that because I hate owing people money. In the middle of the night at, like, 2 something in the morning, this guy, like, his Corbin's cousin, comes to my house, and he at like 2 in the morning, and I go outside and give him my card or whatever, right? He's like, it's only gonna take a few days, blah, 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 like 3 days tops, like you'll get your money, it'll hit your account. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's gonna bring my card back. I was like, okay, sounds good to me. So we're on like day 2 of these people having my card or whatever. And I'm like kind of nervous. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, okay, like, but I'm trying not to freak out because I'm like being optimistic. I'm like, I'm gonna get money out of this. Like, I'm gonna get a lot of money out of this. Like, I'm gonna pay off my parents, and then I'm gonna like take myself on a shopping spree because I deserve it. Yeah, no, that's not what was gonna happen at all whatsoever, and I did not know that. A few days goes by, and Corbin's friend Zach messages me, and he's like, or he was doing the same thing on his story, and I slid up and I was like, oh, are you doing the same thing that Corbin's doing, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, shorty, like, do you want me to do it for you too? And I was like, oh, well, like, Corbin's cousin's already doing it, otherwise I would say, like, you could or whatever. And he was like, no, it's okay, like, I don't need your card for this one. Like, all I need is this, this, and this, and then you'll be good. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no. A few days later, I tried to log into my bank account because I had a little bit of money in there and I was going to take it out. Tell me why I try to log into my bank account and they say that my account is closed. What do you mean? So I'm trying to call Chase because I bank with Chase, and they're trying to tell me, they're like, yeah, your bank account's closed, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's fraud on your account. And I'm like, fraud? What do you mean fraud? Fraud is in like identity theft fraud? And they were like, yeah. I've literally never been so irritated in my life. I couldn't be mad at anybody but myself. Like, I was the one being stupid, but I didn't know any better. Like, I literally didn't know any better. So I was on the phone with Chase Bank for like 2 days trying to figure out like what was going on, because I didn't want to tell my parents that like I gave out my PIN and like all of that to somebody, because that's what you're told not to do when you like get a debit card and like start making your own money, is like you never give your PIN out to anybody. You never give your debit card to anybody, especially if they know the PIN. Do you know what I mean? So after they closed my account, I tried calling Chase myself to like figure it all out and be like, I have no idea what's going on. Whole time, like, I'm not really lying because I don't know what's going on, but at the same time, like, I do know what's going, like, I know why this is happening to me, but like I don't at the same time, because I have literally no information on anything. Like, I'm stupid. I just hear $10,000 and jump. But who wouldn't though? Do you know what you could do with $10,000? Like, so I call Chase and I'm like, hey, like, it says my account's closed. I didn't close my account. And they're like, yeah, your account's been permanently closed and you can never open a new one with Chase. So at that exact moment in time, I was getting ready to go to my friend's birthday dinner. So my account's closed and I have no money. So my mom tries to send me money so that I can go to this birthday dinner with my friend. And it literally just, like, it's basically just pending the entire time. Like, she can't send it to me. And I'm like, oh, God. And this is when I'm like, I'm about to have to tell my parents. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to freak out. Because what if something... Because I'm texting Corbin and Zach. And I'm like, hey, like, what's wrong? Like, why is this happening to me? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, like, it's working. Like, everything's going right. Like, don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. And, like, I'm sitting here, like, actually so mad because, like, Corbin's supposed to be, like, my boo, you know? What? After they tell me that, like, my bank account's fine and everything, and, like, obviously they're lying. They're like, yeah, no, everything's fine. Like, you'll, like, see the money in a little bit. Like, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And then they start freaking out and texting me, like, why did you close your account? Like, why does it say your account's closed? And I'm like, I was just asking you guys that. Why is my account closed? They were like, that's not supposed to happen, blah, 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 blah. And, like, trying to make it seem like I did something wrong. I did nothing wrong. Well, I mean, like, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? So, after I freak out a little bit, I'm like, okay, well, I can't tell my parents because they're gonna kill me. So, when my mom sends me the money for the birthday party and, it doesn't go through, I'm like, okay, great. So I'm sitting at the birthday party literally starving. Like, I ate dinner before I even went to the birthday party because, like, I knew beforehand that I was having problems and I probably wouldn't be able to figure it out. So I ate before I even went to the birthday party because, like, that was my best friend at the time and I still wanted to go and, like, support her and, like, it was her birthday, you know? So I still went. And then they ended up ordering too much food anyways and, like, we just, like, all shared food and stuff. I felt so bad, but, like, I don't know. I didn't know what was worse, like, not going or going, you know? I go home, and the next morning, I wake my parents up, or I don't wake them up, but, like, they wake up, and I go in their room, and I'm like, so listen, and I'm trying to play it cool, like, I don't want to get in trouble. You guys can make fun of me and call me dumb all you want, but, like, I really didn't know any better. I thought it was for real. I thought it was working. Like, I thought it was gonna happen for me, you know? I thought I was gonna make some fast cash. So, I would tell my parents, I'm like, hey, like, my bank account got closed. And immediately, like, I'm sure they already know, like, what I did and, like, what happened and stuff like that. But they're, like, asking me questions. And at first, they're like, okay, well, like, we'll call the bank and stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, did you give anybody your information? Blah, 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 blah. And at this point, like, I should have just told them what happened. Like, they would have understood. Well, like, they still would have been mad, but, like, they would have understood a little bit more because I genuinely didn't know that it was wrong. And they're like, okay, like, you didn't give your information out to anybody, right? And I'm like, no, why would I do that? This is therapy. Holy shit. I don't even remember which part of the story I'm at. Or the day is Sunday. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So the bank is closed on Sunday. So they're like, okay, well then we'll call the bank like first thing tomorrow morning. Because my mom works from home. So like she was going to be able to be home with me and like talk to them and like help me and everything. But we get on the phone with them. I'm going through like a bunch of different people and everything. And then they like break the news to me. They're like, there's fraud on your account. And I'm like, is there fraud, huh? Like someone's stealing my identity, huh? They were like, yeah, like, did you happen to give out your information to anybody? And I'm like, no. Like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, okay, like, are you sure? Like, it, like, they were doing some things in here that you could only do from, like, the mobile app or whatever. And, like, they logged in as you and, like, blah, blah, blah. And then they told me, like, where they logged in at. And it was, like, somewhere in, like, Milwaukee. I'm like, oh, my God. And so, my dad's trying to tell me, he's like, Jasmine, like, if you did anything, like, you need to tell me right now. And I'm like, no, I didn't do anything. And then my mom's like trying to pressure me into telling her that I did something. Like, they know I did something. Like, there's just no way that this is just like happening to me. Like, this doesn't just happen to people, you know what I mean? The next day rolls around and I break down. I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely did this. I had no idea what was going on. I thought I was just gonna get some money, and like, they lied to me, you know what I mean? And I was like, I was just trying to get the money so that I could pay you guys back, so that I didn't have to like be in debt to you guys, blah 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 blah. My dad was like, don't do me any favors, like, we had an agreement on how it was supposed to work, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I was grounded for like a hot second during summer. But there has not been a single summer since like 7th or 8th grade that I haven't been grounded at least like a large majority of the summer. Like, I'm always grounded during summer. So yeah, basically that was the story of the time that I got my identity stolen. After that, I had to, like, I got my bank account back. Well, not the same one. They closed that account. But I got a new bank account open. And then that entire time also, it helped me figure out that I accidentally, like, signed up for Amazon Prime. And I didn't mean to do that. So, like, $119 was taken out of my bank account, like, automatically because of, like, Amazon Prime or whatever. And I didn't even notice it. Like, I thought my paycheck was just really short because I didn't work a lot of hours. But even for as many hours as I worked, it still seemed like my paycheck was pretty short. And I just wasn't paying attention because, like, I was like, oh my God, like, taxes take out so much. I'm literally so dumb sometimes. After I got my account back and everything, they made me set up, like, extra security settings. Like, I have an extra, like, password, basically, that I have to do every time that I want to, like, go into my bank account or, like, make a transaction or something, or, like, I don't know, just, like, extra security purposes so that nobody ever can get back into my account or anything unless they know it. Whoever was doing it to me, like, they were also doing it to, like, multiple other people. And some people were, like, freaking out because they checked their bank accounts and it said that they were negative $80,000. Like, that didn't happen to me. My bank account just closed. Their bank account said some negative $80,000. Like, I would, like, I'm going to jail. Someone has some explaining to do, or I'm going to jail for probably identity theft and then a double homicide, because Corbin and Zach, I'm coming for you after that one. But I think what I learned from that situation is really stop trusting boys. It doesn't matter if you've known them for all of their lives or 18 seconds. You don't trust a boy. The only man you should trust is your dad. And even that's a little bit questionable for some people. And that's a little questionable for my dad too, because that man said he would never tell me a lie. But who is Santa Claus? You don't trust men. No, but for real, moral of the story, finesse till the day you die. One of my life mottos is you can't finesse a finesser. So as long as you're finessing, you can't be finessed, honey. I promise. I'm so sorry for, like, how inconsistent I've been. I had to delete a couple videos because they were starting some problems in my life. My hair is getting longer. I'm excited about that. I've already said this before. I told you I'm not going to drop out, but I do understand why people do it. Dude, if you're a senior in high school right now and you're trying to decide whether you want to go to, like, a university or a community college or, like, whatever else, I really, highly, truly, seriously, wholeheartedly, with everything in me, 137,000% think that you should go to community college, because you are going to be literally the only reason that you need to come to a university is if you want to party. And honestly, if you're at a university, you shouldn't be partying. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say you shouldn't be, because it's definitely possible to, like, manage the time and everything else like that, but, like, just don't party as much as you want to. Does that make sense? But, like, my family, they'll always be like, you spend more time at home than you do at school. And I'm like, and what about it? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. If I wanted to go to school far away and not come home, I would have gone to my dream school, which is Kentucky. I wanted to be able to come home. That's why I'm 40 minutes away from home. Like, my sister just had a cheer competition this past weekend. I mean, nobody woke me up to go, but I was supposed to go, and that wouldn't have been possible if I was like in Kentucky. I've gone to a lot of my brother's football games this season. That wouldn't have been possible if I was in Kentucky. You know what I mean? I have 2 more finals this week, and then I'm out of here. Not gonna lie to you, psychology is way harder in college than it was in high school. Duh! That was the dumbest statement you've ever said in your life, Jasmine. Are you kidding? I literally picked my major, psychology, based off of how much I loved psychology class in high school, and it is just nowhere near the same. At least I look like that. Sorry, I just got an email of me being screamed at. Cool. Woo! The ghetto. You know what I mean? Wow, I need a new mascara though, like for real. This one's getting dry. Do you guys notice how like I'm literally like, that just blew me, but I'm totally not like even acknowledging it. There are people who are in your life for a reason, and there are people who are in your life, well, everybody's in your life for a reason. You don't meet anybody by accident. That's crazy. Me getting quiet because my feelings are hurt, okay? If your feelings are hurt, dude, I promise you, thug that shit out, bro. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. That's my Twitter header. Thug that shit out. Better days coming. Swear to God. I swear they are. I swear. Because I remember, bro, when me and Austin broke up, you guys remember Austin. When me and Austin broke up, I was so distraught and heartbroken. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't. I'm never gonna find love again. First of all, that wasn't even real love. Second of all, look at me now. 3 years later, it only took me like a year and a half to get over him. But 3 years later, and I'm literally doing so good. Oh my God, no. This is getting so dry that it's like making my eyelashes ugly. You see that. I know you. That's so ugly. But I'm a broke college student. If you wanna, my Cash App is Jasmine Parish 28. So is my Venmo. My birthday's around the corner too. I'll be 19 next month. That's crazy. I got a month and 19 days. A month, 2 weeks and 5 days. If you want to be my friend and throw me a surprise birthday party, that's fine. Literally, I told one of my friends, I was like, I have short-term memory loss so bad. I was like, I will make you the guest list and then forget that I even sent it to you and then still be surprised if you surprise me on my birthday, because that's how bad my short-term memory loss is. I guess I'm just gonna be in my dorm by myself on my birthday. Now that finals are like coming to an end, I should be back to like posting normally. This is actually like fun to me. Like, I know I don't have a lot of subscribers or anything yet, but like this is fun. This is the finished look, as you know. I'm not going anywhere or doing anything, so I'm not about to like do my hair. But it is getting really long. Like, it used to not be this long in a ponytail. I didn't put setting spray on. Put yourself first, because nobody cares about you the way they say they do. I love you guys so much, and I hope you love yourself, but if you don't, it's okay, girl, because it's a journey. We're gonna get there or be square. Period. Mwah.
Too many Glockies. I got a drum, he got the one to stick. We'll set it off in this bitch, thinking it's sweet. Smack his L with this blick, change his attitude quick.